Did it already start?
I think it started. It started.
Yeah?
It's red. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Me About My Wood podcast. We're here live in Strive from my backyard in Davie, Florida.
Should have picked like the Bahamas.
We should have gone to the
Bahamas and done this.
I mean, it pretty much looks the same.
Yeah, that's it. Right from the Bahamas.
We got the nice little pond action behind us. Some P-Rock. We've got airplanes going overhead. If you can hear that.
Yeah, you could. You actually could.
So we're here with Arturo, the chop master, and my name's PJ with the Evolution of Tables, and we are -1 today. We're missing Chris, the Cowdog Craftworks, but all together we are Ask Me About My Wood.
There we
go.
So
let's get things rolling, man.
That was a solid intro.
Like that.
It was different than what we usually do.
Chris is usually upset with me for asking him
what he's going to
do for the intro. And then he fucking does.
That's a good way to start it every time we do it.
Yeah. Is it live yet?
Is it live yet? Oh, hey.
Oh man. So what do you got? What are you working on right now, Arturo? What do you
right
got going
now,
on?
I got that the table for Vesta Sur that I got to finish. That same table that we took apart, now rebuilt it, and now it's an actual 6-foot table again.
So Arturo comes over to the shop the other day with a nice cedar table. That
with Ipe top.
With the Ipe top, yeah, it was really pretty. Nice. It was impressive, the materials that they used to put it together. But says, all right, customer wants me to basically cut it in half. They need it to be 27.5, whatever wide.
Exactly.
We need to cut this in half. So we just deconstructed it, cut the apron, and cut the top, and put it back together, like nothing ever happened. Like when you do it like
10 minutes. Yeah. It took us because we were messing around, debating on what we're going to use to cut it.
So then, obviously,
so then I built it over the weekend. Take a couple hours here, a couple hours there, because it was raining too. A little bit frustrating that last weekend. So we get that. Oh, I got the smoke. A little smoke from Dusko's little vaping action going on. So I put it. I built it. I put the shelf for it. I stained it.
Yeah.
I put a little wall because we wanted a little retention wall around the edges.
Okay.
For the machine, it was perfect fit for a machine.
What kind of machine?
It's a slushy machine, so they can make beer slushies.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I know, it's a genius idea. He used to have a smaller one.
Yeah.
And now, the bug spray. Yeah, please, malaria. Malaria kills. Some Zika virus here. They're going to die for this.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dusko. And then, so then I send the picture to the guy, and he was like, "Crap, I didn't want to cut down. I wanted the full 6 feet, so I closed off the bar."
But what happened to the original conversation though? Like, why did you even?
Because he told me he needed a table just for the machine.
For the machine, yeah.
Just for the machine. So we're worried about the dimensions and this and that and all this crap, and it has to fit, and he wants the walls around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So
then he wanted no walls. He wanted no shelf, and he wanted it 6 feet. He just wanted it wider.
Basically, like undo what you did.
Undo everything that we did. So I literally went to Home Depot. And they had cedar. Okay. For the low.
Yeah.
Because they have raw cedar for cheap.
They do have some good cedar.
Yeah, for really cheap.
Pretty decent.
Yeah, it's just raw though. You can't. It doesn't have. It's not S2S or anything.
Like the stuff that we got for this patio.
Yeah, we're not just pointing to the pool. We're pointing at Dusko.
Dusko's here.
Just slightly sitting here supervising us.
Keeping on track.
Yeah. Right.
But,
so I had to go get.
Was it? Nothing was in writing though. This is like
out of all the tables
problem.
I've done for him, I've done 3. This one, the 4th one, was the only one I didn't do a SketchUp for.
Okay. Oh, you go as far as doing a SketchUp?
Yeah, a little basic SketchUp.
Okay.
Just like Buddy Dusko here.
Okay.
So and this is the only one. So he just told me, no, I want a shelf and just a little table for the machine.
He wasn't upset.
Well, he was like, crap.
Yeah. Was it more of like you gotta feel out your customers? Like if the guy is the type of guy who would be like, no, you're an idiot. You did it wrong. You did this. You did that.
No. I told him, I go, you know what? Just cover the. And he was really nice. He's really cool about it. He goes, bro, no, I need it full. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How we fix this?
Yeah.
We didn't play the blanket or anything.
Yeah.
He was like, no, dude, I'm paying for the materials. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's all good. I got worried when you told me it was a lot less than what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Just cover the Ipe. I'll cover the cedar in the price. You know, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So he covered the Ipe because Ipe adds up quickly.
Sure, Ipe's pretty. What's
$5 a foot? A linear
like
foot.
A linear foot, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it comes already milled, salt and then it comes beveled.
It's
S4S and it's beveled.
Yeah, they use it for decking.
No, it's $5 a foot. Shell is a lot more. Shell is stupid expensive. So then $5
with good old fashioned southern yellow pine on this deck here.
On this beautiful deck.
Because it is nowhere near $5 a linear foot.
But the thing was that he had already Ipe, so I had to match it.
Okay.
He was just worried about it matching. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, no, I'll get you Ipe. You cover the Ipe, and I'll cover the CD. Don't worry about it. You know, he's oh, cool, appreciate it, thanks. You know, it's just going to take a few days longer. We got flying over.
I wonder if that picks up in the microphone. Do you think it does?
Yeah, very faint though. Yeah. You can see one bar on the mic. Okay. So it's very faint. I lowered the sensitivity. It was picking them up at 3 mics, like how we're talking right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So whatever. So I went, got the Ipe, had him cut it for me, and then smack it on the table. And last night when I got home from the beach, I put the finish on it.
Nice.
And I sent him a picture.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I got it this right this time.
What did he say?
And he started laughing. He goes, yeah. Okay. It looks good. It looks great.
That to me, that's like the biggest like source of anxiety for me is when I send a customer a picture and that gap of sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes a couple hours.
Yeah, he's a couple hour guy.
Oh man.
Because remember he's running a business.
Sure, yeah. People aren't always at their phones, but at the same time it's like most of my customers, most of the people I deal with are like, it's the wife of the family. So like the super critical one, like I want the table to be this way. I'll send her a picture, and then it's like, all right, she's either pissed off or she's showing all of her friends and she's waiting to get back to me to see what her friends think, or she's talking to her husband or whatever. Geez. But I'm just sitting there like,
anxious,
oh god, she's gonna hate it. She hates it. Like, that's a personal issue too.
Yeah,
being insecure.
You want, you're trying to like put into an actual object what they thought of it in their head. Yeah, and that's like impossible almost.
Exactly.
And you're like, oh crap.
My boss. Yesterday, actually, Dusko was here when my boss came to pick up
for the shower.
The outdoor shower. Yeah.
Oh yeah, how's that? How did that go?
That went like he'll tell you the reaction. We got a genuine like ecstatic reaction from her.
That's awesome.
Because she did like I had it sitting out in the middle of the driveway right there.
Right.
But I don't like there's so much when you walk into the yard, like there's so much to look at really. Not
well, you got a crane and a bobcat
there's a lot going on. So she didn't even notice it right away, and we're walking into down the driveway, and then she saw it out of the corner of her eye, and then she recognized because I sent her pictures of it, and she jumped for joy, man. She's like, oh my god, this is
awesome. I was inside the garage. Yeah. I was inside the shop working. I didn't see her. I just heard her.
You hear the oh my god, that's awesome. Well, because you get those clients too that they what's that?
Popping battery low?
No. No. Would you like? No, don't touch it. Don't even bother with it.
Don't touch
what does it say?
I don't know.
I can't read.
Oh my god, I can't read from this far. Oh, it's still working. So yeah, you get those people that you have a good reaction to it or no reaction.
No reaction at all. I hate that.
So this guy is a no reaction guy. He's very he's a great guy. Nice people's. Oh, it's doing it again. Just leave it.
Fine.
Really nice guy. But it's not the battery.
Is it a low battery?
It's asking, would you like to install the? No, we don't need to install anything.
Okay.
Right. He's a guy that doesn't have that much reaction. He loves it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, super cool. He's like, yeah, it looks great, man. It's awesome. But he's just not.
Yeah.
But then the people that work for him are like ecstatic. He goes, and he texts me like after I left, like when I delivered the first set of tables. He's like, I've never seen people so excited for tables in my life.
Yeah, see?
And they were like going crazy, and it's like they just work there. They're not even using the tools,
Well, I bet it's going to be for them. It's an upgrade because it's easier for them to wipe down.
Yeah, from what they had before. Yeah,
and
it's fresh. It's something different.
This hotel job that we're working on now. Right. I'm sure the servers and the bussers are definitely going to
that's where you get the
smooth tabletop.
And then you actually get a better reaction from like the general manager.
Sure.
Than the regular manager.
Because his people are happy, it's money well spent.
Yeah.
Because not only do the customers now have a nice clean table to eat at.
Yeah.
Your employees are happy because they don't think the place is falling apart.
No, the people are going to look at it because you got regular customers there.
Yeah.
And then when they see it, they're gonna be like, "Oh crap, that's a nice."
And it's it's a nice South Beach. You got to have everything looking clean and clean and crisp.
That's a hell of a difference, man. A hell of a difference. So
they sure came to the right place. That's for sure.
There you go. And what do you got going on? Says Dusko's tables.
Yeah, Dusko's tables. I'm working on a big dresser project. I've been posting about it on the Instagrams. Like for my wife, we've got in the master bedroom, we've got a 10-foot wall, or 9-foot wall, that basically in the middle of it, all we had was a dresser, like a 6-drawer, a chest of drawers with the TV sitting on top, and nothing on either side. It's just like a kind of, it screamed, put a built-in there. Like it was like a little cove. It's about a 3-foot inset, 10 feet wide. Like that's, as a woodworker, as a furniture person, like, you're like, oh, that's got to be a built-in for sure.
Yeah, of course.
So I've been thinking we lived here for 5 years, and I'm embarrassed to say that I haven't done anything about it for 5 years. But now, finally, this summer, had some time and some extra money to invest in materials for that thing. And the drawers that I made are oversized drawers. They're huge drawers. So in the 5 or 6 drawers of the dresser that my wife had all her clothes and everything in, they fit in 3 drawers, like on one side.
Oh, cool.
So we've got more than double the space. No, I have my own little drawers off on the other side of the room, but now we've got a lot of extra space. I'm doing black limba slab as the countertop. Oh, okay. And well, our viewers can go to my Instagram.
Yeah, on the Instagram.
Whatever. But so I've got a slab of black limba on the top, and then on top of that, I'm gonna do 2 like towers. Basically, the bottom will be open shelves, and then the top will be like closing cabinets. In between those 2, we'll put the TV on the wall, and we'll have the computer on the desk part. So that'll be like probably next week, next podcast. I'll do the podcast.
We can't give up the laundry. We can't do that. We gotta do like a nostalgia day.
Yeah,
and then go back to the laundry room with everybody and just sit in the laundry room.
That's true. I do plan on hanging a barn door in the bedroom, which would be visible, from the webcam. Like, that's got a nice. It'll look cool.
I've been dying to do something in my background when we do these podcasts. Yeah, because it's like a blank wall with a painting that we did a painting in a twist. Yeah, because mine is downstairs. Mine gets displayed.
Oh yeah.
Because I beat her. So mine gets displayed.
That was the competition. Whoever wins
better,
gets downstairs.
So then I got the downstairs one by the dining table. So but I wanted to put something like some shiplap or something.
Okay. Man, do some kind of accent, or even make a sign, hang it up behind your, like in place of your wife's picture. Ooh. Make a Chopmaster sign out of Dade County pine, and we can paint it gray. No. So that you won't be able to tell what it is.
David tells me, he warns me every time we do a podcast. He's like, keep my name out of your mouth every
you said
time.
David, man. Everybody knows David at Sage Sign Co.
Beautiful work.
Awesome.
No,
designer,
I mean amazing
awesome
designer. That guy's out of control with designing stuff. But man, that painting gray gets us every time.
It's all right. It's all right.
That's a nice picture.
Oh, that's a nice picture.
I think you can hold it up to the webcam.
Hold up in front of the webcam.
No, you gotta keep going. There you go, right in the middle.
So that to those of you watching, I guess, all 2 of you watching this right now, that's a picture. Dusko just ran into the shop and took a picture of the slab of black limba. That's a little bit darker than natural black limba is. Because,
it is darker.
Yeah. And I'll wait for this plane to go overhead, and I'll explain why.
Well, it's emerald or whatever.
Oh, Emirates.
Yeah, come from Dubai.
The soccer team is
Yeah, it's sponsored.
Oh, they sponsor all.
They sponsor all the soccer teams. They got money. They come from
big
Dubai.
Plane, man.
It's a nice
767.
There you go.
But anyway, okay. So the slab that I used was a slab that was in my yard, and it was before I started using PVC pipe as stickers for stacking all my slabs. So obviously anybody that stacks lumber or saws their own lumber or anything always has to deal with, or anybody that buys lumber too, you always have to deal with sticker stain. It's those lines that are on the wood from, if it was air dried, especially, the wood gets wet and dry and wet and dry. There's little lines of fungus because of where it contacts those stickers. And that stuff usually penetrates the slab by an inch, sometimes more than an inch.
Remember, you tried taking. I remember you tried taking it out of that slab, and you couldn't.
You can't you can't sand it out. If you sand it out, you'll waste about half the material of your slab.
Or
if
more.
If it's a 3-inch slab,
if you can get it out.
what I've done too, or to get around it, is I cut my stuff thick, sometimes 3.5 inches, and let it dry like that, and then slice it in half again. Resaw it, and then you've got like an 1.5 inch slab or a 2-inch slab, and the sticker stain is gone. Then you can use that thin piece, cut it up in small pieces.
How do you know how deep is that sticker?
You never know. It depends on the species of wood, the species of fungus that was there,
that attacked
like how deep it penetrates, how long it's been there, whatever.
So you're gambling it.
It's gambling, man. Yeah, for sure. But anyway, the reason I brought it up is because this particular slab that I used had a fat sticker stain.
I remember that.
Stupidly, my fault for doing this, but I used like a piece of 2x4, which is way too wide to use as a sticker, because inevitably you're going to get moisture trapped in there.
Of course.
So you don't want to go any wider than about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, something like that at the very most. So I shove a 2x4 in there, and there's this big fat line of darkness. So all I did to kind of hide that was stain the whole thing a little bit darker. You still see it, but it's not the first thing that you notice. Yeah, but
it's not how it was before. I saw it when you first, you tried taking it out. Yeah. And you showed your wife that day too. I was here. We were doing something. I came by, and then you showed Virginia when she came out.
I showed her this.
And you're showing the sticker stain. Yeah.
It bothered me, man. It was.
But you saw it more pronounced. It was more pronounced. But then now
after I finished sanding it, like I flattened it and I sanded it all up to 220. It looks like it disappears. But I have a video on the phone. I'll post it later of applying mineral spirits to do like a grain reveal.
Right.
I was gonna post it, but it's like as soon as I pour the mineral spirits down the middle of the slab, it's like a Polaroid just developed, and there's that line again. Shit, like come on, man. I thought it was gone. But no, man, you can't get around them. And I know there's some high dollar slabs that get sold out there.
Yeah.
That they're already sanded, and you might not notice it.
But you put a finish on it, or have them put the finish.
Have them wet it. If it's a sanded slab, have them wet it, because then it's like the disappearing, reappearing ink. It's like a magic trick. Like, hey, watch this line appear in the middle of this $1,200 slab.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh man, now it's worthless. I got to cut it up. But so anyway, that's what I got going on in the shop. Also, Dusko is here. We're kind of teaming up on this Surf Comber is the hotel.
Surf Comber, yeah.
The Surf Comber in South Beach. It's a hotel that has a restaurant at it, and at the restaurant they had some outdoor like patio eating area.
Yeah, it's right on Collins. It's facing Collins.
Collins and what?
Okay.
18th.
Okay, because the W. What about the W? Is the 27th?
Right. Ooh. Yeah, it's an 18th. It's facing Collins.
The W is the same. Yeah. Oh, it faces Collins.
Oh man, the table's going to be visible.
That's right. They have the outside area.
Right. Right. Like with the entrance in the lobby almost.
Yeah.
That's going to be nice, man.
Yeah.
So it's going to be right in your face, like.
Right.
That's going to be.
The stuff I did for them. It's for the back.
It's for the back, right? Those little villas and all that, right?
Okay.
That's nice. That's nice stuff.
Yeah, man.
That's cool, man.
So we're using it's Total Boat NV.
Yeah.
We have yet to spray it on, but Dusko is going to spray the finish on with Fuji spray.
The Fuji,
Fuji thing, little
why did you go with that finish?
Reviews, because it turned.
So you never used it?
I never used it. This is the first time. It's kind of risky.
Yeah.
But
do it on a test piece.
Come, scoot over. Let him get it.
Man. Yeah, get in. You know,
man.
Or at least scoot over so we can hear.
He's been saying he's going to Harbor Freight. No, you can hear him. This guy's You say something, Dusko?
Yeah, I can hear him.
Oh yeah, you can hear him. All right. He already listened to himself.
No, I can see it.
He was hand modeling and he was looking at himself. I call you.
No, I mean I read about it a lot.
Yeah.
Read reviews, looked at applications and everything else. Seemed like a really good finish, basically for marine for the boats.
Right.
I've never used it before. I'm kind of excited to try it at the same time. Scared shitless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll find out. If it doesn't work, we'll strip it and redo it.
Did you talk to anybody from Total Boat? Like I know their customer service is pretty
nice.
good.
I told you, they're nice
I
people.
have not.
No? They're really nice. You can DM them and they'll write you back. And super cool.
I didn't think that was neat.
You should ask them because they'll tell you how you should apply.
They do have on the website. They do have the
breakdown and everything. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because
I did watch all that.
The humidity is a big factor.
Yeah,
when you're doing the varnishes, you gotta be careful, and especially one that you never used. Just do a test piece with some scrap cedar or something.
No, we don't have any scraps.
We use SketchUp. We use like every inch of it.
There is one piece with a couple X's on it. Yeah, it was like a 6-inch piece. That was it, man. The whole project.
That's it.
Laid out perfectly.
Yeah, of course. The SketchUp guru
from
over here.
What was it called? Like, I think the project itself called for I don't know, 800 and something board feet, and he ordered 810 board feet. That's it, man.
That's how you should do it.
Yeah. And I used the rest of the scrap. I know. No, I'm kidding though. Like we have.
No, you had a few pieces. You had the resale pieces.
Yeah. No, we ordered one extra board.
Yeah, which is good to be safe.
The 2x6, right?
2x6.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Well, because you can resaw it down just in case.
We could use it for anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a good way to do it. I think you should test it.
And because
the humidity is what factors. Remember that the humidity is a pain in the butt.
What for applying finish? Yeah, that is one Florida thing. I know. Again,
and
for those of you watching, like this is a very Florida scene here.
Well,
like we're dealing with.
We'll find out. Supposedly after 45 minutes you can recoat.
Really?
45 minutes to an hour you can recoat. So we'll find out. It's supposed to be fast drying finish.
Oil based. It's oil based. Yeah.
So it's well, let's see.
Well, that's part of your thing. When you do a satin fin, is it satin or gloss?
No, this one's gloss.
It's a very depressed finish. It's a very
very
satin.
Satin's finish.
Okay.
You can do it reapply it in 1 or 2 hours. I know that.
Okay.
But a gloss is a little bit more. But you say it's 45 minutes. Man,
45 minutes to an hour.
That's impressive.
It is a gloss finish.
It's a gloss finish.
Okay,
that's
cool.
impressive.
Yeah, that's gonna look good.
Do you sand it between it or no?
I don't think you need
to. Are you going to?
Maybe the first coat.
Like a 220,
first or second coat that may go with.
Just to level it.
Yeah.
All it does is to level it.
Yeah.
Open up.
Supposedly it could be like self-leveling, so it's.
It sounds like some intricate, some high class.
When are you gonna do it?
I think it was like $80 or something like that.
Yeah.
2 quarts you got?
Quart, dude, is $80.
1 quart, $80.
Yeah, but
Epiphanes.
Epiphanes or Epiphanes. There you go. My English is not very good looking.
Oh, okay.
It's $60 a quart.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but that one you can go West Marine and get.
I used to think it was Epiphanies.
Like I thought it was Epiphanies.
I think it's Epiphanes.
Yeah, I think it is Epiphanes.
Right? Like a Gibson guitar.
Yeah.
Like Epiphany. No, it's Epiphone. Stupid.
Stupid. That's funny, man. But yeah, that one is $60 a quart.
That's a lot of money.
That's a
lot of money for a finish, especially if you are dealing with a crapshoot.
It's a Mac Daddy finish,
yeah,
bro.
I'm sure it's good. But like all the variables with the humidity down here.
Yeah, that's the thing that
we've got
because if you apply too thick, it might not dry under.
And it fogs.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really fog. It just won't cure right.
Oh.
So you have parts that will be cured and parts that are not. It'll stay sticky, and you can't really cure that.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is that it's curing unevenly. So it just
the outside cures before
the inside as you're applying will cure first, then the top if you apply it too thick.
The underneath.
Yeah, the underneath will cure.
That's the equivalent of doing like clear coat, like lacquer. Clear coat on a car, basically.
Yep.
Like you'd have to literally let it dry before you sand and put
sometimes it won't dry.
No, if it's too thick, it's not going to dry. But then you've got two layers of stuff that's moving still because it's still in the curing process. One is curing at a faster rate than the other because it's exposed to air on the outside or different. It's closer to the source of dryness or wetness or whatever.
Right.
So it's like the two layers will almost become like tectonic plates rubbing up against each other.
Yep.
And you'll get wrinkles and little cracks.
It'll crack or won't finish at all.
Yeah.
It won't finish. It's incredible. It'll be interesting. When are you guys going to finish it?
Hopefully tomorrow. Well, maybe tonight.
We'll probably get a quote on tonight.
Oh, maybe I'll swing by to check it out.
I just joined the boards of the benches.
I heard the joiner going. Yeah, right, so I love that sound, man. I love the sound of the joiner.
I'm gonna glue them up now. Glue them up.
There you go.
Yeah. And hopefully tonight.
I want to see it applied. It goes down.
We ran into an issue too. I'll bring it up real quick with the SketchUp design had called for a 1/4-inch gap in between. It calls for a 1/4-inch gap between all the planks on the tabletop because they're outdoor tables. We don't want water to pool up in the middle of the table or whatever. It's kind of a picnicky design, so put the gaps between the boards. The same thing was true for the benches, but there is a stretcher that runs to support the actual bench surface, and that ran right down the center. And if we put a 1/4-inch gap between the boards, that would kind of like just become like a dirt trap, like a food trap. Yeah, especially because it's a restaurant, so there'd be pieces of bread and chips and all kinds of stuff stuck in the little crevice. So whatever. We just kind of called an audible and said, let's put them together again. And the conversation that we had last night while we were thinking about it is, we need to put ourselves in the shoes of our customer, like the people using the table every day. This bench is going to get the crap beat out of it. It's going to be moved every time a new group of people sits down. It's going to get pulled in, pulled out, pulled in, pulled out, and then somebody's got to go to the bathroom. So it's going to move 1,000 times a day for the next 10 years. That's a lot of wear and tear. And people are slobs, myself included. Yeah, we are. So crumbs get in there. So thinking about the bus boys that would be responsible for wiping down the seats and the table, damn, this freaking bench.
Over and start banging on the floor.
Bang on the bottom.
Get all the crumbs out. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Have the keyboard cleaner, the compressed air. But again, we're thinking we want the every part of our customer's experience to be good. So we're thinking about practicality as far as the design of the table, what it's going to be like to use this. We're thinking of trimming the ends of the benches to make it easier to pull in and out, just in case one person pulls out the bench on one side only, then it becomes at an angle. Right. If it's too tight, if we've only got 1/2 inch between the edges of the bench and the inside of the table leg, if that bench is skewed at an angle, then overall length is longer, then it might get wedged in between there. So we're thinking of shorten it up a little bit, whatever, so nobody gets their little fingies pinched.
Yeah, that's what but it's true. So you gotta think, going back to the tap room. Yeah. He warned me. He's like, my employees abuse these tables. Yeah. So we had before were wooden tops with metal legs. The metal legs are all bowed like that, dude. Really? From moving the tables. He's like, it has to be sturdy. It has to be. Yeah. That's where I used the 4x4s, Douglas firs.
Okay. Oh, for the legs.
Yeah, for the legs on the other ones.
You dominoed it?
I used the domino. That's when I used the domino to do all that.
Okay. The thing is, whenever you build something, you got to build it in thinking always on the end consumer.
Yeah, of course, and where it's going to be. So if it's like a bench like that, it's going to be moved everywhere. Every time you get in and get out. Every time you sit there, it's going to be moved, or even when you sit, 2 or 3 people on it, it's going to it's going to move.
And at least for we brought this up on the podcast before about the difference between residential clients and commercial clients. Yeah. This is something we didn't talk about, the amount of use and the type of use at a commercial location, a restaurant, for example. The people that are sitting at it don't own it, so they're gonna beat the crap out of it. They're gonna if they're drunk and the guy is he's gonna lift up the end of the bench with 3 girls sitting on it just to be funny or something like that. You have to be prepared. For stuff like that, because if it breaks, even though it wasn't being used properly, you still look like a fool for making an inferior product. So you have to 300% fail rate on these things. If it's supposed to hold 500 pounds, make it hold 1,500 pounds. Yes. We got to overbuild the crap out of it. That's why I put so many screws in the bottom of the fucking table.
Yeah, and the thing is, we were contemplating, should we put glue here? Should we put here? Should we put a screw?
Yeah, you got to think about all that.
And the answer is always yes.
Yeah, just put more. The more the better, right? It can never be too much. Yeah. I like what I do with tables when I build them, not like slabs, when I build regular, lumber tables. Yeah. I'll stand on them. And if I could stand on it and jump on it, the table could go out the door. If it breaks,
Glenn, the DIY creators, he always every build video on YouTube he does, he jumps on it. He did a floating shelf for a media console, and he just he's got some comments about, I bet that's not even that strong. I bet it flexes. So he posted a follow-up video here I am standing on it. There you go. He made a bench vise, and people would say, that's not going to hold anything. And then he's like, okay, it holds me.
Yeah, there you go.
That's funny.
I have a 400 pounds first door neighbor. He's my tester, basically when I do stools for real. I do stools and stuff. I think a while back I posted a picture on my Instagram.
No,
him sitting with his daughter on, on one of those
guy.
stools, and like, if it holds you, buddy,
it holds everybody. That's what you got to do, man. That's how you test that 300%.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
You know, if you can stand on the table and jump on it, and it doesn't flinch.
Hey.
That's what I did those first tables. He warned me. He was like, bro, these tables get moved all the time.
Yeah.
Luckily, he has yet to move them since I put them there.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I need something robust, but that's cheap. That'll look decent.
Yeah.
Douglas fir. So Dougie.
Yeah. And you can select the 4x4s at Home Depot.
Yeah.
I went through them. It depends on how you look at them.
You know what? And they raised the price now. They got better ones.
Oh,
they're instead of $11.99, $11.92 or something. Now they're $14. They're $15.
That's fine. Straight grain Douglas fir.
They're beautiful.
They've used that for handrails back
in
a lot of like shaker style homes.
Yeah.
The growth rings were a lot tighter back then, but you start demolishing some of the old handrails. Like you have these long stretches of handrail that after 120 years they're still like laser straight because it's all like quarter sawn Douglas fir.
Yeah.
And Doug fir inherently is a pretty straight up and down tree.
Yeah,
so
you gotta abuse
not a lot of crazy undulation.
You gotta abuse the lumber itself to get some bowing.
It depends on like I was what Chris's video. Chris he said that it was a 4x4 piece of white oak that we got from the steel yard he used for the metal wrapped side table that he made with the charging that he did for the IG Builders Challenge. In his video he said it's rift sawn, and that got me thinking, obviously because I have ADD and I think too much. Plane's going over.
I can't read that one.
So it's okay.
It sounds fine. Yeah, but it's like in the background because it's only one dot, so I know that's very.
You're only one dot.
Yeah, I know.
So anyway, he said it's riffs on, blah blah blah. You know, then there's a lot of tension in the wood, and I'm like, but is it riffs on though? Because if you flip it the other way, then it's quarter sawn. It's 4x4. Like the way that you determine if a board is flat, rift, or quarter sawn is the relation of the growth rings to the widest face. So you could have a flat sawn board that's got like cathedral grain on the face of it, but if you cut like a skinny strip off the edge of it, and then the short face becomes the wide face, it's like a 1/4 inch by 2 inches now that's technically a quarter sawn board because the grain, the lines are running close to perpendicular to the wide face of the board. So like flat sawn versus quarter sawn, it's kind of arbitrary. Like it depends. It really depends on how you look at it, man.
Literally,
like everything,
figuratively and literally.
It really does.
That's funny.
But I totally forgot the reason I brought that up.
Well, because we're talking about the new Doug fir that they have.
Oh yes, okay.
At the Home Depot.
At the Home Depot.
Yeah,
and they're 4x4s.
Yeah.
So they're 3.5 by 3.5, and they're relatively straight grain. So if you want to resaw those for something, for the face frame of a cabinet, that's much better quality lumber than if you bought 1x3s.
Yeah.
If they don't even have 1x3 Doug fir, but like if you want a face frame,
they're like 2x4.
Yeah. And it would be cheaper than getting number 2 pine.
Yeah.
Like the premium white face stuff. No, the premium pine that they have at Home Depot in the trim section.
The select pine.
The select pine. That's what they call it. Yeah, number 1 not free select pine. It's like looks like it's burnished already. It's like
it is. They sealed it.
Yeah, they sealed it.
So if you're gonna stain it, you have to sand it first, or leave it how it is.
Yeah.
Don't let that finish that they have on there mess up.
Okay.
Because if some part of it is scratched or something, your finish is going to look hideous.
Yeah, it'll look like you have a
it'll look
or something.
Yeah, it'll look really bad.
Yeah, I remember the one of the first projects I did. I thought, oh, this is going to be nice. We're keeping it for my own house, so let me spend the extra money and get this like select trim, the pine 1x2 I used for the face frame of like forgot even what it was, like an entertainment center or something like that in our old house. And it's the dumbest stuff I've ever used in my life. Like, it looks great as pine, but like you want to stain it.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't take stain well. It's blotchy.
No.
Of course, I didn't use a sanding sealer before, but whatever. It's way better to use something raw that you mill yourself.
Right.
That way, you don't have to. You're not worried about scraping somebody else's crap off of there. The factory.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't know what they put on it. They put a seal on it. So and the thing is, it's pine, so it's super soft. So
yeah,
you got to be careful how you sand it. If you go too aggressive,
Yes.
you'll start seeing the swirl marks on
Swirls
it.
all over the
No
place,
matter if you
man.
go from 80 all the way to 220
No.
in a row,
Nope.
it will still be there
They'll be
because
there.
it's so soft.
Yeah.
It's happened to me plenty of times, so it
Sure.
looks hideous.
It happened on the cedar tops. Like I was doing the 220 pass last night, and I'm like, damn, there's still some 80 grit swirls in here. And you think you do it quickly, you run your hand over, it's smooth as glass.
But
then like you see the scratches.
You see it.
Especially if you're staining it.
Yeah.
Oh
they'll
god.
pop out like in a heartbeat.
The stain will like illuminate just like a sticker stain. The stain it'll be a bunch of little swirl like curly hair.
Yep. And you think it's
So
nothing,
dumb. You thought it was done, and then now you got to wait for the stain to dry and then sand it all off.
And then all off. Yep.
It's a pain in the butt.
It's a pain.
Yeah.
It's a pain. But they get that new Dougie, that fur, and I was surprised when I saw it. And it was straight stuff.
That's good shit.
It's straight stuff, and it's nice stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a little bit more. It's $2, $3 more, but it's nice. It's nice stuff.
I used to have a source for like true dimensional 4x4 pine, but it was like a granite distributing company, like countertop slabs, and it was they made like A-frames and dunnage and stickers basically for these slabs of granite, and they're all 4x4. That's what I have over there, leaning up against the fence. All those that stack of 4x4s.
Okay, yeah.
And the place moved to Georgia, so I'm like, damn. I used to make these copies of a West Elm table called the Emerson, like just a big 4-inch thick butcher block.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Right? That was my bread and butter for
That's
years
awesome.
when I first started woodworking, like selling furniture. I made a bunch of those. I'd sell one a month, and I was like, man, this is awesome. That's why I got excited and started, buying more tools.
Just a little, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't all have a crane or a bobcat.
But man, whatever.
Yeah.
Man, slabs. But like, man. And when they moved, I'm like, oh shit! Like, where am I gonna get all my free lumber from?
Yeah,
now? Like,
right.
What am I gonna do? And then enter Home Depot. I guess that stuff would be perfect, even better than using that pine or whatever it is. The Doug fir, straight grain, man. Glue it up, do a big ass kitchen island with that stuff. That would be would be something, man. That's a really good candidate to do a big butcher block.
It's cheap just to try it.
Yeah. It's cheap, yeah.
Hey, that might not be.
And then,
not so bad.
part of the reason that I got this Lucas mill was to flatten those big butcher blocks. Because in the beginning, I'd use the DeWalt. I'd glue 3 up at a time and send it to the DeWalt. So I'd only have, instead of 12 glue joints, I'd have 4 to deal with to sand later. So I put all these pieces together, glue them together, glue the groups of 3 together, and make a 3 or 4 foot wide tabletop, and then just worry about sanding those joints. But now I have that big aluminum frame thing, like 8x8 aluminum that's nice and flat. I glue it up like that. You can be as sloppy as you want with the glue up, like just freaking a 1/4 inch proud and whatever. There's a twisted one, who cares? Clamp the shit out of it and get it together, cover it with glue, and then put it under the mill, flatten it.
I do it with a CNC.
Yeah.
I put a flattening bit on there, those 2-inch bits.
Yep.
And that's it, and call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same concept. It's
same
carbide just spinning
yeah,
and
man.
repelling it.
Hell yeah.
That's how you got to do.
But
That's
then,
smart.
like,
I'm gonna try that one of these days.
I have a good idea every now and then.
Every now and then, right? That's the one for the month. We just started the month.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, we're starting off with a good start, but
You're right. Yeah.
downhill from here.
Happy 4th of July, by the way.
Yeah, to everybody
Happy 4th of July.
out there. Yeah.
That's why I got this guy sitting here next to me.
PB guy.
This is for the iguanas that we talk about in Florida.
Oh yeah, we get the law that you can kill them all now.
Man, yeah, that's true.
I know people that eat them.
Oh yeah, islanders.
Islanders. I know one of these Cuban guys that I know eats them.
Well, Cuba's an island.
Yeah, true. But not when you say islanders, though, you're like the Bahamas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
man.
the Bahamians,
Bahamians.
Jamaicans, and Haitians. They'll see the iguanas. They're like, it's like going fishing, man. Just like grab one.
And especially now.
Yeah. We've had some. Last winter was pretty cold. A lot of them died off.
The winter before that one was the one that they're frozen. You'll find them frozen.
That really, the 3 or 4 weeks that we had, like 20s and 30s.
That one you find them frozen.
Yeah.
They're still alive. How cool is that? So they hibernate,
yeah,
and it won't kill them. They just freeze.
I know. They
hibernate, and then when it got warm, they'll run off. Because we caught one when they were doing a survey of a canal, and they're there, and the guy that works with me, he grabbed it, and it was frozen. And then we brought it towards the car, and as we're getting to the car, I guess he warmed up from the hands or whatever, and it started moving and got out of there. And it was frozen. Like, it stayed like this the whole time.
I hate them.
It was incredible.
I can't stand them, man.
Yeah, I hate them.
They're
everywhere. Guys. They're by my house. They eat all the baby ducks and stuff.
They eat the baby ducks. They eat, if you got mangoes in a tree, they eat the mangoes.
Oh, yeah, that's what Dad says.
They'll take like 2 bites out of a mango
and then leave
ruin the mango and then leave it. And then it's just a rotting mango in your yard for no reason. And they poop everywhere, man. Right next to the pool. There's poop right there.
There's poop over here.
Right behind Dusko.
Oh, I thought that was Dusko. I thought that was Dusko.
But really, the only reason I know, like, if there's any animal activists that are very upset listening to us right now, like the reason that I, don't like them around my home is because I read from multiple sources that their feces carries salmonella. So God forbid if my little girl's running around the pool and she steps in iguana poop, or whatever, or something. Or the baby, like when he starts crawling or whatever, if he's like grabs some and eats it, like, come on, like I don't like them in the first place because they eat all my flowers and stuff. I don't have any flowering plants. My pineapples. They would get the pineapples, man. That would be pissed if they ate the pineapples. Oh man! You have to wait a whole year for a pineapple to grow.
For that one pineapple you're watching it grow.
But so I shoot them. I shoot them with the BB gun.
Yeah. Oh, Dad has that pellet gun.
Oh, Dad is nuts.
Dude, that's nuts with the little bipod and everything. Yeah. You saw that? It's a little bipod.
He's a sniper.
Yeah, there you go. And he does it from across the lake, he was telling me. And then he leaves all the corpses everywhere. And then he watches people see all these dead iguanas from across the lake. You're horrible, man. But you have to, man.
Yeah, you gotta leave the body out there so all the other iguanas know.
They know what's waiting for him when he comes. That's funny, man. Yeah, but they destroy the ecosystem a little bit.
I mean,
the ecosystem that we have here.
If you want to argue about it, like, yes, they're invasive.
It's same as the pythons.
Technically, so are we. So, like,
yeah, but we can keep a little bit of a balance.
Yes, we're the smart ones that know how to kind of
balance it out.
Stop when it's a
little too much. Yeah, because the iguanas are a little too much, and the pythons too.
Pythons are out of control. All after Hurricane Andrew, man. In '92, it was Hurricane Andrew.
Yeah,
destroyed
I was 3 years old.
A reptile, like an exotic reptile facility down in Miami.
Yeah,
and it got destroyed in the hurricane, and then basically you've got all these exotic species of spiders, snakes, lizards, all kinds of stuff just released into the Everglades. And the Everglades is like a utopia for reptiles and
a hell of an ecosystem
So they just kind of take over, man. The pythons are getting so out of hand that they're actually eating alligators.
Yeah, man.
Like they'll eat baby alligators.
They'll eat adult alligators.
They'll eat adult
and then
alligators
they'll explode.
too. Yeah, I know.
They'll eat them.
But they'll eat them.
And like alligators are not a problem. Alligators are from this ecosystem. They're from here, so they're okay.
Yeah.
And they don't bother as people would think. Like it's not. They don't bother you. They're more scared of you because they don't know what you are.
Sure.
So they'll run out.
I don't know
if you don't feed them.
Either.
Yeah, no one knows what I am. If you feed them though, they'll get used to it.
They'll get used to you, and then
they'll go to humans.
They'll just get hungry and eat you.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because they get used to you, but it's a little invasive there.
So, Chris, if you're listening, I don't know. I'm sure you're not.
He probably is.
He's probably
there. He's all mad.
He's not texting us at all.
He's been tagging shit out of us, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What on? Oh.
What in? Shop rates.
In where?
Shop rates.
Shop rates.
Just bag something.
Oh, shop rates.
Oh yeah, I see that.
What is it?
Shop labor.
Shop labor. What is the picture though? Oh shop rates. Yeah.
Shop labor.
$50 an hour, 60. Yeah.
So I didn't even work on it before.
Cash only. Yep.
Yeah, but sounds a little low. I think we got our raises. I seen that from a mechanic.
That's from the 90s.
And it was like 150, 300, 350.
They gotta get.
And then at one point, it doesn't work on it anymore.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just call it a day.
Just give me your credit card.
Yeah, there you go, man.
That's true, man. You every now and then you run into a customer that really, custom work is great. I'll build whatever you want, but leave me alone while I'm doing it.
Yeah, let me do it. Let me bring your vision.
You hired me for a reason. Let me work undisturbed, because you get the people. Oh, I want to see how it works, and I respect that because I get it. Hey, if I had never seen a sawmill in action before, and I hired a guy to cut my countertop, I want to see it get cut off the log. That's awesome.
That's cool.
But now on the other end of it, I'm like, nah, dude, get out of here. Yeah. I might do some weird shit that seems unsafe or is kind of unorthodox about how you're supposed to do it, and they're like, but I saw a YouTube video.
Yeah, I saw so and so do it.
Safety glasses. Shut up. Like,
why are you wearing shorts and not pants?
I know, right?
You know what? I don't care.
I wear chaps and shorts. It looks great from the front. Looks like I'm not wearing any pants. Oh man,
Bitch, what are you doing again?
South Florida lager, man.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta wear shorts. It's hot, man. I don't know how Dusko's doing it, man. With his pants, I can't.
He's gonna give us a Muay Thai lesson later.
Yeah. When you're walking away, I go to PJ, bro. Dusko looks like a jiu-jitsu teacher.
Oh,
I love it. I love it, man.
Well, I guess in the interest of time,
I don't know.
We're good. I think in the interest of time, we'll wrap it up.
Well, now let's hit one topic.
Okay.
Which we actually wanted to talk about: the battery versus the corded.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was that one topic we really wanted to talk about.
So we can edit out all that other stuff and just get to.
Yeah, I can edit it out. That's fine.
No, I'm kidding. So
the battery. The reason why we bring this up is because I picked up the Makita battery track saw.
Yes.
And I have the corded one. Yep. Getting rid of the corded one now. Mm-hmm. And we're discussing what's the pros and cons, let's say, of battery versus
pros and cons
of the battery versus the corded ones.
Yeah.
You know, and then the reason why I got it. Oh God, here we go. Go say it. I know you.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So so the reason why I got the battery one, was because I like to, sheet goods. I like to, I have to cut them down anyway.
Sure.
So might as well just cut them down where I pick them up.
Yep.
And call it a day.
The argument I brought up before, we were talking about it earlier. You guys weren't there for it, you guys weren't there yet. So I said how like it's a game changer. First of all, it's a game changer because what is the reason that people in our trades, like, woodworkers, DIY people, want to be weekend warriors? I hear it constantly. Oh, I got to get a pickup truck. All right. Well, why? Why do you need a pickup truck? Because I want to go to Home Depot. I want to get, 4 sheets of plywood. I want to get a bunch of lumber and this and that. And my Hyundai.
Hey, my Santa Fe can fit one sheet.
And that's, hey, shout out to Hyundai. That's awesome.
Yeah, or 10-foot lumber. I can fit 10-foot lumber. And that's it.
So that's awesome. But can you fit
4 of those?
A few 4x8s. Or if you go down to your place in Miami, you got
I can. I have to call you.
Yeah. So now you either spend, what did I say? I said $40,000. If you want to spend $40,000 on a new truck. And that's a pretty conservative estimate on the price of a truck.
Bro, I didn't. When we were discussing about the Ram, a new Mac Daddy truck, dude, they're expensive.
60.
Yeah, 50, 60 easily.
So you either spend that much money, between 40 and 70 on a pickup truck, or
what was it? $349 was the tool itself.
For the tool and for if you need the batteries and whatever.
It came up to be $499.
Okay.
It was $500. And you got the
saw.
fast charger. You get 2 batteries because I don't have nothing Makita. I have everything D-Wall.
This guy doesn't have Makita. Come on.
Yeah, you do. But see, in your case, you can get just the tool.
Just the tool, yeah.
Because you have a ton of batteries and 10 of chargers. Yeah. But and the D-Walls have a ton of batteries and a ton of chargers.
Sure.
So that's one thing. If it fits in your ecosystem of tools, it'll be great.
So there you are.
That's
in the parking lot of Home Depot with a Hyundai Santa Fe, buying potentially the same amount of lumber that I could buy and put in my truck,
which you're gonna rip anyway down here.
I'm gonna and exactly. I get it home, and then it's the first thing you do with a sheet of plywood. You break it down. You rip it. You cross cut it. Now you got a panel. You're making a cabinet. Great. Why not do that in the parking lot of Home Depot and put the small pieces instead of having the inaccurate ass cutting done at Home Depot? No offense to Home Depot employees, but your saw doesn't cut straight.
No, so I always ask for like an inch. I always go inch up.
So now you've got probably one of the most accurate tools on the market, being a track saw.
Track saws are pretty accurate.
Yeah.
As long as your track is good.
I said it's one of the most accurate tools on the market.
No, but as long as your track is good, your track is good. Because shipping, they get a little,
we've been over
up.
that before with Chris and the Festool track.
Yeah, mine too. My Makitas. They sent me, I had to send me new ones because that one was just bowed to crap.
But I didn't hear about that. Oh no,
I mean, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
You better sit here and listen to this.
Dude, just about
I was already all over
Hit
again.
the
Rewind on that one. Gee.
But so now you've got basically the
portability.
accuracy of a sliding table saw in your Hyundai Santa Fe,
You see that?
and you can. And
Just
you're ripping and cross cutting whatever you want. Bring some sawhorses to Home Depot.
I just get theirs.
Leave all the sawdust in the parking lot.
Yeah, there you go. That's another thing. I mean, you're gonna do it anyway.
I know.
Why would I do it? In my house if I could just do it there, and then I have to get it to fit.
And you don't need to borrow a friend's truck or buy have a truck.
Not really.
You got a family vehicle.
I would do like a SketchUp plans for whatever I'm going to build.
Yeah.
Basically, I would say if I do something on a plan, which is not very often, but when I do it,
sure,
I would lay it out in my SketchUp, like basically 4x8, not maybe 4x8. I would lay out all my cuts and everything else, so I know exactly where to tell them, okay, cut like an inch over.
Yes.
Yeah. As straight as possible, as less as possible cuts.
Yeah.
And have them cut it there, and then I come home and just
that
trim it.
panel saw, man. I don't think I've.
But that's if it's working that day. That's the other thing. That's the thing. They're not always working, man.
They're not working.
There's one in Miami by my house.
Yeah.
That has never been down since I've been buying it.
Oh, you got lucky.
Yeah.
One's over here.
I've never had anybody cut anything for me at Home Depot.
Because you got a truck.
Yeah, but still,
We don't.
like, I mean, yeah, that's true. And I have a table saw.
But I have a table saw too.
Yeah,
So does
track
Dusko.
saw. Yeah.
But now, track saw.
All right.
Track saw is a pretty.
It's all about independence, folks. It's all about taking care of your own problems, figuring out ways to make things work.
I mean, it's like what we just said. How many times have you gone to Home Depot? I mean, you got lucky and they're not, but I've gone to Home Depot. Oh, look, it's not working.
Yeah, but the bottom line, the bottom line is basically you don't need $40,000, $7,000 truck to be able to do something that you can do with $100.
Yeah, a lot of like.
And you can do more with that tool than with the truck.
Of course, yeah.
Because you trim the tables now.
Obviously, there are other benefits
of
truck
course,
and stuff like that.
of course.
But again, you have to.
But if you're
how many deliveries you do a month, right? You do one delivery a month or 2 deliveries a month. Well, it's going to cost you $80 to rent a U-Haul truck.
Work that price.
Or if you want to get the trailer, and you can even rent the trailer for $25. Are you kidding me? Or the Home Depot one. The Home Depot truck is $20 for an hour and change.
For the first hour or whatever.
Yeah, for an hour and change, you could for $20.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay insurance on it. You don't have to pay anything on it. It's just there. So you gotta. If you're just buying it for like plywood for sheet goods, I don't think it's.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of my mindset when I really wanted one, but then I started thinking, okay, do I really freaking need one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you need it?
Right.
Like, are you just doing it like?
That's why I never bought it.
Yeah. If you just, I haven't pulled the trigger. My wife's like, oh, get it. I'm dying to get a Raptor. Are you kidding me? I love the Raptor. I love the Raptor.
Oh my god.
The new one?
We're trying to be we're over here trying to have a conversation about being practical, and this guy wants to get a Raptor.
I love the Raptor, man.
It's a nice looking truck.
It's nice.
And if you
it actually works
in the desert in Utah, that would be fantastic because you could do the bottom runs and shit.
There you go. I mean, I do road trips, so I can take it out there and just.
He goes to Everglades. So
there you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
4x4. He would run.
That's a 6.2.
That's the 6.2
drive.
The motor that actually works.
It's supercharged too. It's a supercharged 6.2.
Is it a supercharged? Oh yeah, because the new ones have the EcoBoost supercharger or whatever. Because remember before it was either turbocharged or it didn't have the supercharger.
EcoBoost is turbocharged.
It's turbocharged. It's at 3.6.
I think the Raptor is like is supercharged.
It's supercharged. Yeah.
Accent, whatever it is. Or Pro Chargers.
Yeah, so then she was like, "Oh, get it," but then I'm trying to justify, is it worth it? And I was like,
"If you're gonna get a truck, here's my 2 cents on trucks. Like the Raptor has the same exact capabilities as my truck.
For sure,
it's faster.
For sure,
and it's got the cool sticker on the side.
For sure,
same capabilities. You'll kick my ass in a race.
Yeah, but if I was
too old for racing.
But I wasn't deciding on which truck.
Yeah.
Like I just like how it looks.
Of course.
And so if I was going to get a truck, I would get that.
Yeah.
But I'm justifying just getting a truck in general.
Yeah.
Not justifying which truck.
Yeah.
I
would get a guy down the street. I used to have a 2500.
Right. I love them.
I love that truck. I miss that truck.
Oh.
That's what the guy has down the street.
Oh, those things are awesome.
It's a mega cab
with the long bed,
but not a long bed. That you have to. There's a company that custom does that because people want the space in the back.
Because I've seen a few with the long bed.
It's a special.
I didn't know that.
Special. It's custom made. The factory won't even do it.
No. Okay.
So, but the 2500s, I believe it's a full 6.5-foot bed and the mega cab. Like the back seat is bigger than the front seat in those trucks. It's
they're huge,
massive.
I think they have them 4x4 and 4x6, like extended cab or something like that. Is that what they call them?
No, like the what do you mean for extended cab?
Well, they have on the Rams that I was looking at. They had like 4x4 bed. And which has a longer cab,
a 6
and a smaller bed,
and
then the other one is a bigger bed.
I have the bigger bed and the smaller back seat.
Right.
But that back seat,
it's still big.
Having,
So
but if
like
I've got
4x6.
Dusko sitting in the passenger seat and the baby seat, Mila's seat is behind him.
How many times are you gonna find a Dusko?
I'm just saying, like,
like seriously, like this guy's like
he's good to have around because just like your neighbor, you use him as a weight for your fuel.
Until you have to move.
I'll use Dusko as
when you gotta move sheet goods with this guy. Forget it.
Well,
my short arms. I'm on the ground, and he's like up here. He's like, carry it. I'm like, I can't reach, man.
Pterodactyl versus
when we're cutting.
My closet in the shop. It started raining, so we had to take it to the neighbor's.
Yeah, we had to take it to my neighbor's shop. I asked him to put it there, and then he's carrying it. And like the bottom of his side is like up to my chin. And I have the top of the plywood like that, and I can't carry him, man. And he has long feet, so he's striding like a gazelle. And I'm like,
I thought it want to go first.
Yeah, it was because he's gonna run me over. I was like, no, man, I'll stay in the back. You can drag me.
4x8 sheets. Those sheets were heavy. That was heavy plywood.
Oh yeah, because you moved them too.
Yeah,
when you came by.
Did you get it out of there yet? Did you take
No, they're still there. He was supposed to do it like 2 weeks ago, and they're still there. And then he said he wanted to do it this weekend, and look where we're at.
Well, we're here, man. We're here doing an awesome podcast.
I know. I just don't want it to get damaged. It doesn't bother me because I move them, but I just don't want them to get like scratched or anything because of veneer. But going back to usability, of the.
So basically, why we brought this up is, if any of you are in the market for a truck and you need it for towing a boat, if you've got a camper, a family camper type of thing,
that makes sense.
You go, long road trips somewhere where it's off road, or you're camping or something, you need 4-wheel drive. By all means, pickup truck with a mega cab, something like that for the family is the way to go.
It's gorgeous.
They're expensive, but that's the way to go.
Used, they're $50,000.
Yeah. Used. If you're getting a truck though, just to haul lumber because you're a weekend warrior woodworker, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
If you don't already have a truck, don't think that you need to go get one. Just get what this guy did and get a battery track saw and cut the stuff. People might look at you a little bit funny, but I guarantee you it's going to catch on.
Hell yeah,
that
man.
is as practical as it gets right there.
Hell yeah. It sure is. But that's what it comes down. My wife says just get it because we only have one car, but we don't use it a lot.
Yeah.
We don't go everywhere, and usually we go there just one of us or both of us, so it doesn't really matter.
If it's I don't know.
But she's like, get the truck. I'm like, I just don't. Like, I'm trying to justify it, and it's just justifying to move wood.
I couldn't justify it.
I couldn't justify it. Just to move wood, I couldn't justify it.
I want it, but I can't justify it.
You want it is one thing.
Right.
Yeah, I want it. I would love to have it, but then when you gotta pay it every month and the insurance and all that, it's like for us.
Yeah.
I can't justify it.
Well, yeah, the payment would be less than that, right? Would be like a lower month.
That thing's paid off.
Oh,
that thing's been paid off, man.
Yeah, you gotta love a paid off vehicle.
Yeah, that's one thing.
You gotta love a paid off vehicle.
Paid off for a while.
Yeah.
That's one thing. You can't beat that, man. But then you gotta.
I missed that. My truck was paid off for years, and now I have a lease, and that's like just an extra almost $400 a month that I wasn't expecting to have to pay. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, but for you it makes sense, man. You got the slabs and all that, and I think and the crane is not that reliable to drive every day.
It's reliable.
But not far.
It's old. Yeah, if there's something, if there's a big tree in the Keys, it's got to be a really good tree for me to drive 3 hours to go get it. Because I'd just be white knuckled like the whole time, waiting for something to happen, and then I'm stuck.
Yeah, so for you it makes sense. You have the truck, so it makes sense for you.
Yeah.
I don't have it, and then I'm trying to justify it. Besides just wanting it, I want to justify it because I really need it.
You only live once too, man. There's that aspect of it. It's a tool. I treat
but it's
like
an extra expense for right now, and right now I don't want to take it on.
Yeah.
I'd rather take it. I'll take it on later, but not right now. So right now it's just to justify it. But see, I'd rather use the money. I'd rather use the money for a bigger shop.
Yeah.
I'd rather get a bigger shop first.
That would be something.
That makes a hell of a difference for me.
Yeah.
Just a bigger shop.
Where that guy was? That was Oakland Park, though. It's a little bit too far north for you.
A little?
He said it was $700.
$700.
I was like, 900,000 square feet shop.
Yeah, a little office.
Like twice as wide as yours for $700 a month.
That's
$750 a month.
Yeah, that's far.
Yeah, it's far.
Yeah, but in Hialeah, by me, you can get.
But it was narrow. It was long, but it was narrow.
Yeah.
So for you, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it'll be uncomfortable again.
CNC.
I need a little wider.
Yeah, you had that air-conditioned office space. That was cool.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
or was
cool.
it air-conditioned or was it just sectioned off? I didn't go in there.
I don't recall really, but I don't think he had it on because he's never there. So.
Yeah.
But the extra monthly I'd rather just get a bigger shop.
Yeah.
I can justify that better.
That you can justify
I
for
can
sure.
justify
That's
that.
an actual
The
practical.
storing material
Yeah.
is what makes a hell of a difference.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to put more equipment in there. No, I'm just going to have just restoring material.
Oh, you'd put more equipment, trust me.
No, I mean, I have the equipment and where I need it.
As soon as I built this shop 30 by 30, I'm like, oh, I should have done 40 by 30.
Yeah, but then when you did the 40 by 30, you would have been.
We should have done 50, Yeah.
No, because the reason why is I
Stay
wouldn't.
small, guys.
Yeah.
Stay small scale.
The reason why I wouldn't is because I do finishing stuff at the house.
Yeah.
And I keep that separate because the CNC is just way too much dust.
True.
Even with the dust collector, I had the dust collector hooked up to it. It's just too much dust. I did at one point when I first had it, and then now I just said fuck it because there's no point.
You need finishing, whether it's spraying, whether it's epoxy, whatever it is.
Yeah, you need a finishing space.
Right.
So I'll do epoxy and finish at the house, then at the shop. So I wouldn't put anything else extra. I'll just have space for material, and that makes a hell of a difference for me.
Put it outside, man.
Can't. I can't put his plan.
Yeah.
All
right. So, yes, again, in the interest of time, we're going to wrap it up. I'd like to thank everybody for listening. All 6 of you.
And Chris.
We're going up.
And
we're
Chris,
going up.
and
There
Chris.
used to be 5. Now there's 6.
Oh, Chris is one of the 6.
Yes, because he's not
Chris
here.
is not here, so.
Let me let this plane fly over real quick before I give us the outro.
Spirit. It's a highlighter yellow, man. That's Spirit, man.
They still fly?
Yeah, dude. They got those highlighter yellows now out of Fort Lauderdale.
Value jet.
Yeah, man. Hell of a deal when you go to Texas.
But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for following us on this journey to progressively getting worse every week. If you've got any questions or any topics that you'd like us to talk about on the next podcast, be sure to email us at askmeaboutmywood@gmail.com. Arturo's handle. You can DM him.
The Chop Master.
Chop Master.
Curious too. Put your thoughts about what corded versus your battery.
Oh yes.
I'd like to hear that.
Put them in the
about
comments.
Different
We
people.
can have a good comment discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Man. PJ at PJ __
Fetcher. PJ _ Fetcher for the evolution tables. And off camera is Dusko.
Dusky.
Let me say hi.
No,
Let me say hi.
Your head is not in the camera, man.
Am I
You got to come down more. There we go. There you go.
People, peace out.
All right, guys. Good to see everyone.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. Have a good week. We'll see you
We're
next
out
time.
of here.